if I ever manage to catch a break on YouTube, take off a little bit, God willing, I'm working hard enough and trying to make the little adjustments that are out there, I would like to travel. Okay, I would also like to live abroad as well, because I think Canada is a failing society and the United States looks nice from afar. Okay, and I'd like to definitely go there at one point or another. I am scoping out opportunities. Okay, so don't worry, I'm not just putting it out there hoping to manifest it, girl. I'll make it happen, some form or fashion, okay? By hook or by crook, I'll find my way, I'll scurry my wares, and spool together enough money to go live out some of my dreams somewhere. But I'm also thinking that Western society is kind of on a downward trajectory, so figuring out how to live abroad, ooh, that sounded awfully nice, especially some places over there in Eastern Europe types, or I don't know, I'd have to go take a look in Central America, a little bit too stabby for my appreciation, but kind of tapping into some of my old heritage or heretical roots. I do have quite a bit of Ukrainian in me, but that whole situation would have to get figured out first and foremost. But anyways, living abroad, or at least traveling abroad, that seems pretty important, but it's never too early to learn how to manage your funds if you move abroad. All right, people move overseas for various reasons. The women in Canada suck. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud? Maybe you landed your dream job with an international corporation, or you want to study for a doctorate without drowning in student loan debt for a lifetime. Yeah, whatever. Just build your own business so that you can have independence and financial freedom. Anyways, whatever your reason, you may want to make many financial decisions as your translation. Okay, so yeah, anyways, I'll just cut the faff and we'll just get into it. Save up a hefty sum. Yeah, about a year's worth of savings. Many experts recommend between $5,000 to $8,000. I would say 6 to 8 months, or 6 to 10 months, 6 months to a year even, so that you have a backup plan just in case anything does go sideways. Best advice is to have several months of living expenses in the bank before you depart. That includes money for your lodging, utilities, daily costs of food and rides. You may not have a car at first, tuition fees, and inevitable gifts for the folks back home. I thought this was about moving, but yeah, if this is just, maneuvering, depending on how long you go, yeah, that makes a big difference, okay? I'd still recommend, if you're going for any significant amount of time, you should have enough money to cover your travel back, and then at least half again as much for accommodations. You should basically be able to finance your vacation one time over, just to be safe. Not that you need to use it or anything, but you need to have that liquidity at your ready. And just throw that out there. What expenses can you expect? Requirements. All right, passports and visa fees. You'll need a passport to travel overseas. Wow, it currently costs $160 for the card and book set. It varies by country. Oh man, it's been a minute since I've had to get my original passport, but re-up it for 10, I think it was 10 years. It was about $80, but again, getting the entire gimmick to begin with, I honestly don't remember. It's been well over a decade at this point. Work and residency visas may depend on the country that you choose to call home. However, you can expect to pay several hundred or slightly over $1,000 depending on your location. Fees for sending money home. Isn't free to send money back home. Depends on the methods in which you're going to be using, but okay. However, you can have some affordable options. Yet another reason to get over your technophobia. Move on. Oh, anyways, yeah, fortunately, technology makes finding the least expensive ways to send money back home easier. Yeah, through any of your just conventional money trading apps, or by using crypto if you'd like to go that route. It's all very strange. But anyways, shipping fees if you're planning to shipping your car, your household furnishings. If so, if so, prepare for sticker shock. Cost you up to $5,000 for open ocean transport. Yeah, exactly. Of your vehicle for as much as $40,000 to fly to your destination. So unless you've got a Bugatti and you don't want to trade it in, you could probably just save it and buy something wherever you're going. But again, if you're going to be traveling abroad, or if you're going to be trying to live abroad, you'd be wanting to minimize your expenditures. And as interconnected as, specifically European countries are, like, you can get by without a vehicle for a minute. But yeah, no, I understand. But again, if you're looking to totally pick everything up and relocate it, it's going to be a hefty fee. Your furnishings probably weigh more than your vehicle when combined. Are you prepared to add more to your tab? No, you can also, just get cost-effective means by just furnishing the place where you're going. Insurance. You may need insurance for a property you ship and to cover your travel. You'll also need to inquire about the coverage requirements for home and auto when you move. Fortunately, you'll find healthcare more affordable just about anywhere that you move in the United States. Yeah, exactly. But also insurance is for losers. That in another video. Cost of living adjustments. Inflation has stricken the globe, but it has impacted prices everywhere, or evenly everywhere. Yeah, like Russia, where things are flourishing right now. Don't know how many visitors they're expecting at the moment, but in other places around the world, it's a lot better than the Western Hemisphere, or Western Sphere, Western Society. We'll go with that one. An overseas emergency fund, that's where that, make sure that you can have the proper costs. If you're just going for a short vacation, you can kind of get away with having a slush fund that would, cover the cost of your entire vacation. Or if you're moving over there permanently, I would, like I said, I would save up a year's savings, 6 months to a year. But that's just me. They don't give any specifics, but I'm just telling you, that's what I would do. Back home emergency fund. Yeah, exactly. Have somebody that you trust hold on to some cash as well until you've laid down sufficient roots in order to get that back. Open a local bank account. You may need to open a local bank account at your chosen destination. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, you'll struggle to make deposits and withdrawals and rack up a small fortune in ATM fees. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You need the following documentation to open up a bank account in many nations. 2 banking credit letters. A credit card may work if you only have 1 domestic bank account. Oh, okay, that makes sense. At least 1 professional reference. Sorry, what? Your foreign employer is a good choice if you're moving for work. Weird. 2 forms of photo identification and proof of address. Yeah, that all makes sense. That's just standard fare for opening up a bank account. In addition to establishing utility services at your new residence, you need proof of residence, right? Proof of address. You must also obtain a work or residency visa in many countries to open a bank account. An initial deposit. Requirements may be as high as $500. Interesting. Keep your account back home. Need to establish a foreign bank account. Yeah, exactly, until you can do the final handoff. Of course, if you're moving abroad, okay? Keep it until you maintain or you open up the other bank account. Make sure that you like that bank account. Make sure it's not all smoke and mirrors, that you just weren't hooked by opening up a bank account and you get the free Tooster. It's not quite as appealing long term when you realize that the monthly user fees are a little bit unsustainable. But maintain your credit, what you should be doing back home, or at least in things that you have a little bit more of a usage history of. Maintain your credit. It can be difficult, if not possible, to reestablish your credit if you decide to return home and have closed every account. And doing so can take years. Yeah, exactly. So just maintain your credit. I have a bunch of other videos on that as well. Pay American bills, such as a simpler way to pay outstanding debts. Yeah, exactly. You should also, this is all incumbent, especially if you're going to be moving. Make sure that you're debt free. Okay. Make sure that all of those superfluous accounts are closed so that nobody's coming back for you for money if you're living in, I don't know, Bulgaria or something like that. Take advantage of shopping. The initial iTunes store premiered for iPods. It's only available in America. What are you talking about? Other countries couldn't take advantage, but American immigrants with an established account here could. What does that have to do with anything? Take advantage of shopping? Yeah, Amazon's not as prevalent around the rest of the world. That's another thing too. You can't just have one day. Well, again. Or you can be like me in northern Alberta. Oh, good, you got 2-day prime shipping. Great, it'll be there next week. What do you talk? Why is everything 4 or 5 days out? It makes no sense. Have a failsafe. Yeah, exactly. Don't burn all the ships. Make sure that you're making a smart move. Get over technophobia. Today's connected world. Yeah, exactly. You're going to be able to use your phone or your tablet, whatever device you're traveling abroad with, as a translator device. Scrape by with such conveniences, but a local branch right down the street whose employees speak perfect English. Trying to conduct financial transactions with neither party speaking the other's language is interesting. You should have online banking for your checking, savings, and investment accounts. Exactly. Unless you're moving to, I don't know, some really backwards place. Most institutions are going to have some sort of a rudimentary online app or at least a web page in order to do your transactions on. So as long as you can get past by using Google Translate, passing a phone back and forth in order to set up the bank account, you should be golden. Maintain your investments. Yeah, of course. because you can continue to manage those abroad. Talk to a financial advisor about retirement accounts. 401ks are for brokies anyways. You should be investing elsewhere. File your taxes. Yes, exactly. Do you think you could escape the IRS by moving abroad? United States require you pay income taxes. Yes, exactly. Regardless of where you live, unless you renounce your citizenship. How adorable. You could be making money totally independent of the United States, but the IRS still wants your taxes. Remember how America was founded on not wanting to pay a 2% T-tax? Now, if you move across the world, you move to Japan, move to South Korea or something like that, the IRS still wants a take. Unbelievable. Your due date changes, though. You'll need to file by June 15th to remain in compliance, or you can just take your passport and throw it into the ocean, keeping track of your money after moving abroad. Moving abroad is one of life's most exciting adventures, but it can also be daunting from a financial perspective. Follow the above guidance for managing your funds if you move abroad. You'll enjoy a much smoother transition with enough cash to grease your wheels. Exactly. So long and short of it is, have a nest egg, create other means in order to procure and transact your additional funds coming forward. And then again, just enjoy the fact that you're not living in Western society. If, of course, you choose to move outside of current degenerate prevailing society. Choice is ultimately yours. Those are just some tools to help you out. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.